Welcome back. Will being a social media influencer soon be listed as a new criterion for political office? Well, if that's the case, one Cape Town politician has certainly ticked that box. From rap songs to 80s-inspired anti-crime videos, Bonteheuwel Ward Councillor Angus MCKENZIE appears to be pulling out all the stops to use his personal brand as part of the election campaign. Let's take a look at this old classic.
And die Bonteheuwel, who you gonna call? Call Angus. That's a skittery and the yellow hood. For who you gonna vote? Vote Angus. Afraid to go vote.
Stop.
Oh, wow.
Stop. Okay,
I was just going to continue, but we can't.
We have watched it a lot because it is spoofy and funny, okay?
Yeah.
We're non-partisan. We don't take sides in this, especially in the run-up to elections. But that is pretty cool. Come on.
It is pretty funny, but I have many questions. About that video. It doesn't really paint his ward in the best light.
It certainly doesn't.
That's the first thing. So we'll get to him and ask about that.
There is more.
There's more. The DA ward councillor isn't just about remixes. MCKENZIE's also been known to rap his political message.
For the people, by the people, with the people, that's how we do it. Harold Butcher, Ideal Palmer, Evie's Pizza, Walking Lady, Dr. Jacobs, Current Snoop, and a bleeding gangster, Calculus, sit near your gun, show respect, smake vet your drugs. This what's a flick.
Well, we've got the man himself on the line to talk about his interesting campaign style. Welcome, Bonteheuwel Ward Councillor Angus MCKENZIE, aka the Ghostbuster. Angus, we know you do a lot of work out in Bonteheuwel. You've certainly got people talking. Your campaign videos have, been touted as something unique, clever, and quite memorable. But there has been some criticism, one particularly that you don't paint the members of your ward in a very good light.
Hi, good morning, and it's really great to be on your show, and thank you very much. Look, I think the reality is that block drains and water issues and gangsterism are local issues, and they are issues that are everywhere. There's no way that municipalities cannot have a service department, and that's the reason we have service departments, because there are these issues that exist within our communities. I'm just really glad that my community knows who they can call when they have a problem. And I think that's been my drive throughout the last 5 years that I've been the ward councillor of that area, to be the most accessible councillor, to be a councillor that is not, that people can't turn around and say, we don't know our councillors. So whether you like me or don't like me, whether you voted for me or didn't vote for me, the fact is when it comes to issues in my community, people know who to turn to, people know when to turn to me, and people know that we will do everything in our power to resolve those issues. One of those clear issues that come out in the video is an issue of gangsterism and drugs and violence. And I mean, it is something that I have tackled head on from the start. And just over the weekend, with the release of the latest crime stats, Bonteheuwel's drug and gangsterism crime stats had reduced by over 324% since 2017. So we have to be able to show what we've done, and we have to ensure that our communities know that through a failing national services towards local municipalities and local communities, there is a councillor, there is a governing party at the local level that is able to ensure that people's issues are being seen to and people's issues are being resolved.
Angus, take us behind the scenes of your videos. What was your creative process? Did you storyboard? Did you use a production team?
So we have this amazing guy in Bontieville, absolutely amazing. His name is Nadeem Parker. He's a producer. He does videography. He sings. He dances. He does it all. And he had the brainchild. You know, he's been quite active in the community with various other songs. And I've seen you played one of the rap songs earlier. But very creative guy. He came up with the brainchild, the idea of it. I believed and bought into it from the word go, because that's been what the 5 years has been about. I've got 150 WhatsApp groups for my community, a WhatsApp group in every single street. And so when there's issues, I get it. And I'm expected to resolve it, and we resolve those issues. And he's really just put that all together, put it into a 1-minute video, and off you go. But I think more importantly, if one even looks at the rap song we did, and the song's a whole lot longer than my portion of that song, but we need to speak to young people. We need young people to get more involved in politics. We need young people to get more involved in what it is that we are trying to do in our community and throughout this country effectively. And young people are driven by music, they're driven by rhythm, they're driven by beat. And I might not be that young anymore. I think I'm just tipping the scale of youth. But for me, it's important that we bring young people on board, because there's going to come a time that I won't be the councillor of this area anymore. And we need to ensure that there's a young person that's driven, that's pushing the boundaries to ensure that communities like Bontieville and across the city are given that same attention, are given that same effort, and are driven towards change as well. So I think the music video and the ad, while it tells a message of what it is we've achieved, it is also speaking to young people. And with 2024 after this election, the 15, 16, 17-year-olds that have not registered for this election and can't vote in this election needs to know that there's an opportunity for them to make a difference in the upcoming election in 2024, 2026, 2029, etc.
Angus, what kind of response have you had from residents, and especially the youth, whereas you say there is the fear of voter apathy?
I've loved it. So I've spent the entire 2 weeks since the video been campaigning door to door, and it's awesome. You see these young people walking around the streets with their little ghetto blasters. We used to call them ghetto blasters back in the day, playing the song and playing the rap song, and it's really awesome. And you're dancing with these kids, so it really has infiltrated our community. The fact that it's been shared so widely, I really do have to take the opportunity to really thank those people that opposed what we do, because they've really helped us along in getting this message across, getting Bontieville out into the open, making people understand, you know, what the role of a ward councillor is, how important it is for a ward councillor to be in touch with his community, to be on the ground with his community, and to be able to service his community in that way. So it's not every day I thank my opposition, but I really do have to take the opportunity to thank them for sharing my video as widely as they have. It's really good. And hopefully if they learn from it, maybe they'll be in power one day. You never know.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you seem to be the shapeshifter here, the front runner. Maybe your opposition parties in your area will take the cudgels and try and at least respond with similar videos. Very quickly before you go, super fast, how has your party responded to your creative approach?
I think it's a brilliant initiative. There's not been much negative discussion about it at all. In actual fact, it's telling a story. It's telling a story of what real change is, where real change starts, and how important it is for your councillors to be visible, to be committed, and how important local politics is in the bigger scheme of the South Africa. And if we can fix what's happening on a local level, we have the ability to start fixing things on a provincial level and then evidently on a national level. Because politics starts down at the bottom, not up in the Thule House or in the National Assembly. It starts in our communities.
Angus, keep them coming. We may not vote for you, but we certainly will look at your videos. We think they're a hoot, they're funny. Keep them coming. Thank